Welcome back to the podcast where we steer through everything from sports to superheroes. I am your host, Blake Helms. With me today, once again, you may remember from my episode on the Super Bowl, I have my good friend Payne. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite TV shows, actually probably my favorite TV show, Amazon Prime's hit animation show, Invincible. Anyone unfamiliar, Invincible is an animated show. It's a superhero show, but it's based on this like individual comic series by Robert Kirkman, the same guy who created the Walking Dead comics. That covers the story of a young man named Mark Grayson who is half Viltrumite, and the story of him just getting his powers and becoming a superhero and dealing with villains and an intergalactic war eventually. So to start off, Payne, why don't you go through like how you found out and got into Invincible and like what you enjoy about it?
Yeah, so I think I was hanging out with one of my brothers maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was when the first season came out, and we were sitting in his room, and he was like, "Hey, I just started this new show. I think you should watch it if you like Marvel stuff." And I've always liked superhero shows, so yeah, I started watching it, and the first episode, it's gory. Like,
oh yeah,
it was weird to see like an animated show get so bloody, because that was the first like time I've seen animated shows. Like I thought it was just gonna be a kids show at the time, and then Nolan ripped people in half, and that was like, oh wow, okay. But no, I watched that first episode and kind of got me hooked. So me and my brother would sit in his bedroom and watch them for as the like first season was coming out, and yeah, I took like 2 or 3 years off just because I forgot about the show after season 1. But then more recently, like last year, a few buddies asked me if I knew what the show was, and then we started binge watching the whole thing, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I missed season 1. I don't even think we had Prime at the time, so I don't think I could have watched it anyway. But I think between seasons 1 and 2, I think since it is superhero related, and I'm on YouTube a lot. I think I just saw stuff from specifically the finale, the fight between Nolan and Mark, and yeah, I definitely saw like the stuff like what will he have after 500 years stuff. And then as the second season was coming out, I started like seeing the actual clips of each episode as they started to come out, and I think when the kind of mid-season finale of season 2, you know, when Mark goes to Thrax at the end and the reveal of Nolan. I think that's kind of when I started okay, actually I need to watch this. So, yeah, like pretty soon afterwards, I started watching it on Prime and stuff, and then I was all caught up by the time season 3 came out. And yeah, that season 3 and 4 have just like the Invincible fandom says it a lot, but it is just a peak show. It's so good, and yeah, you don't see, at least. I don't know about you. I don't watch anime, so I don't really see very mature animation shows very often. Like most just the old kid stuff. Like there's maybe some like mature there's always mature references and jokes, but or at the very least like stuff that you can enjoy as you get older. It's not just purely for kids. Something like kind of a Gravity Falls kind of thing. But yeah, Invincible, you just swear right out. They say the F word pretty frequently. And yeah, just the gore, I think it works better as animation than it would live action, because I think seeing that much like real blood would just be a little off-putting a little bit, because like I don't think you even see that much gore in like The Boys, and that's like the most mature superhero show there is. And I mean, yeah, like not even like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was mature in different aspects, but you know they didn't really go too much in that realm.
Yeah, no, the blood work is like, I don't think they could recreate that live action, like the fight scene with Nolan and the Guardians of the Globe, and have it like the slow-mo of what's the
Red Rush?
Yeah, Red Rush, just punching, like watching his hands break as he's punching. That's like good detail. And
yeah.
then seeing like not Wonder Woman. What's
War Woman.
War Woman? Seeing her like get her head just turned around.
Oh
You get
yeah.
and Immortal's head chopped off many times in the show. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's
absurd amounts.
just gonna happen when you have a character who can come back from the dead.
Yeah.
He's gonna die pretty frequently, and I've seen this joke where because Immortal always loses and dies kind of thing, and then he comes back whatever because they don't destroy the head after they chop it off, but except for that like one time in the alternate universe in season 2. Start off, which is weird. It's crazy that's how season 2 started with the alternate universe. Like I think that probably threw people through a loop for a minute when Immortal and alternate Mark were fighting, and then Omni-Man just comes in, just slices and dices. Which Viltrumite's hands, they're just swords.
I don't understand why they don't spam that move to like fight.
I mean, for Conquest, it makes sense because he enjoys it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, they're just so powerful. They're just so all powerful that like they don't need to use it very often until they're fighting someone on their level.
Yeah.
Which is really just other Viltrumites, Alan, and Battle Beast.
Yeah.
And that is pretty much. And there's a few like creatures and
I
stuff.
was just thinking the red creatures.
Yeah, the Ragnars, those like Hail Mary, the big monster in season 1 that almost killed Nolan.
Shoot, I'm blanking on that.
It's the big one with like the tentacles kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you may just didn't know about the name. That's kind of, I think, just what Cecil and the GDA called it because it was their Hail Marrying as Omni-Man kind of thing. But
right, I forgot about that thing. Like, are those? I've heard like theories where those were like monsters that were on the Earth before humans.
I think the episode 4 of this like with the Underrealm things kind of confirmed that too. Like those are because like they talked about like this is what the 5th age. I think humans are like the 5th age maybe or 6th.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like those creatures are from like 1st or 2nd kind of thing, and then like the demons are 4th age kind of. So it does make sense. Yeah. Which I don't know why, but when the opening scene of season 4, like Mark's in space, like I didn't realize that was a kaiju. Like I'm like, what is this? You're blanking.
I'm trying to think of like I can't even picture how the season started.
I also did just like rewatch the opening scene like yesterday,
Okay.
So that makes sense. But yeah, like man, Mark was depressed. Like it's just man, I feel bad for the guy. Like he was so happy early on.
Yep.
Now he's just sad.
They thought it was like the blue suit curse was like what ruined him, but then he put the yellow suit back on and he was still just sad.
Yeah, but that was nice, and people will crap on episode 4 of season 4, respectively. Yeah, it's not great.
Is that the demon?
That's
episode?
the demon episode.
Yeah, I didn't love it,
but it served a purpose aside from the main plot of the episode of Mark kind of coming to the conclusion that it's sometimes okay to kill your enemies if there's like really no other choice in stopping them kind of thing. Just there's a select few that you can. That was kind of the story of the first half of the season, was Mark kind of figuring that out because he'd really only killed because Angstrom lived, Conquest lived, although he didn't know that at the time. So he'd really only killed that future immortal at this point. I think that was like the only like legit kill he had before. What's the astronaut's name?
Oh yeah, I can't remember the one that's like had all those little squid things.
Yeah,
on
the
his
ones that the sequids.
Sequids, that's what it is.
I don't know why, but the name Russ, maybe Tyler's in there. Like, maybe I'm just thinking maybe a name from something else is coming in my head, but maybe Russ. Russ kind of sounds right.
Russ sounds right.
Yeah, because like I think I was confusing it with Rex for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just because like the names sound familiar. Rex's death.
It's so sad.
Oh
so
man,
sad.
like, and it's whenever I hear that scene, the second that Billie Eilish song comes on, chills everywhere. Like they use Invincible uses music so well.
I love their music choices.
Yeah, I mean the song. It would have been better if it was used during a Mark and Eve scene, but the Mark,
Feel it?
yeah,
Yep.
feel it so good.
I think everyone like mutually decides that it'd be better if it was with Eve and Mark instead.
Yeah, but it's a really cool. It's nice. It's a great scene. It's a great song, and it's kind of just like it is Mark and Amber's like last hurrah because they break up. I think at the end of that episode.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because I think that's because like right after that is when Anissa shows up. Yeah. I don't know. Are you familiar at all with like future comic? Okay, so you're.
I know what happens.
You're aware.
Oh.
Okay. I think they're gonna do it.
It's coming up soon.
It's coming.
She's on.
She's on Earth, and she is not liking the human race.
And she heard that Mark killed Conquest, so she's
know.
probably impressed about that.
I know the way she turned around. Comic fans are like, no,
Yup.
stay away. Oh my goodness, like
I don't know how she would. So like in the comics, she like beats him to a pulp, and he just can't like do anything about it.
he's in a. I don't know the exact context, but he's like in a very like something bad like in his personal life just happened. Something with Eve. I don't know.
Okay.
They either got into a big fight or something in that respect. So he's like in a very vulnerable place, and then she shows up. So that kind of I think allows it to that like gives her the edge. I think.
Okay.
And she is like a very powerful Viltrumite. Like with Conquest dead, she's probably like fourth or something. With obviously Thrag is one, Nolan, probably Mark.
I'd say Mark is. I'd say Mark is 3 right now.
Yeah, and him and Nolan are close.
Yeah.
Mark will definitely. Mark could surpass him maybe next season. By season 6, I imagine he will be.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. He's got to level up so much to fight Thrag because he's gonna have to eventually beat Thrag. But like even like the difference in power right now, it's bigger than season 1 Mark to Nolan.
Yeah, like he punched him and he didn't move. That freeze frame was incredible.
Oh my god!
Seeing like the skull and just no movement.
I also love how before that when Mark said he killed Conquest, Thrag's just like, show me. He's like he's curious.
Yeah.
He wants to see it. He's like, really?
Yeah.
Prove it. Come on, let's go. Yeah. It's just like, come on, man. I thought you were good because, yeah, it would have been. I've heard like some people like you remember the scene like after the purge when Conquest like balls his fist to Thrag, but then he's like, nah, nope, he killed me kind of thing. Like some people kind of wish that was kind of the story of how Conquest lost his hand. But yeah, like some people kind of wish that Conquest did try to do it. And Thrag just like beat him to a pulp, like
took his hand,
slicing the arm.
Yep.
Maybe like even some people think that's kind of where they wish maybe for his insolence he loses his identity and will now be known as Conquest.
Yeah.
Like that, and that would be sweet.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I think, but yeah, I am curious how exactly that happened. Like, because obviously his parents didn't name him Conquest.
Yeah.
Like he even says it himself. I don't even get a real name.
Just a purpose.
Which that entire speech was not in the comics. That was original to the show.
Really?
And it's so good.
Yeah. Like it's memorable. It's one of the most memorable of that
It's probably
season.
it's the most memorable thing about Conquest, really, because you can imagine he says that to literally every person he fights and kills.
Do you think he does?
He says, "Take it to your grave," and that's when he starts like trying to finish the job with Mark.
Okay.
So,
I wondered if he did it like specifically to Mark because Mark like showed some power.
That could be the case. I can definitely see that happening, but I imagine there's been someone that Conquest has fought where it's like he actually had to try a little bit, similar to Mark.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, like obviously Conquest dominated that fight. But Mark did, even before the end, when he was just like filled with rage after Eve's death, like he got a lot of good shots in before that. Like it was a lot. It wasn't like when he was fighting Nolan in season 1,
right?
That's why I said earlier, like even in then when Mark fought Nolan in season 1, when he would hit him, Nolan actually had to react, and he actually. Like, he actually reacted to those punches. Meanwhile, Thrag's just standing there, like, not even moving kind of thing.
And that was even right after, like, Thrag had taken Oliver apart. So, like, he was angry for sure.
Oh, yeah. Like, also, like, the fact... I mean, Oliver lost a freaking arm, man. I mean...
Arm and jaw.
Yeah, like, was his jaw fully repaired? Like,
I've heard that it's just going to be a metallic jaw.
okay, I guess I need to look at the scene where he's, like, in the Bacta tank kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing the metal arm, but I couldn't remember his jaw.
I'm pretty sure it shows a metal jaw, but I was wondering if, like, with Viltrumite, like, healing, if he would get it back, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, because I know they can regrow their teeth, which is the only reason Mark isn't a hockey player right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they can regrow teeth. Also, I mean, Oliver lost a lot of teeth in that conquest. Yeah. People trash on Oliver a lot because obviously he's not nearly on the level, but he did save Mark's life against Conquest.
He's also like 5 or 6 or something. He, like, in human years, he's really only been alive for a short amount of time.
He's like 2 max.
You think so?
I mean, there's only like a couple months between each season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's only, like, I was roughly 3 kind of thing.
Okay.
He just ages really quickly, so he's like basically a 14-year-old right now.
But he has, like, no experience, and people are just like, nah, he's useless. Nah, he's useless.
I mean, he's definitely improved a lot between, like, obviously, I mean, which makes sense. So he basically went from being an 8-year-old to a 14-year-old between seasons 2 and 3 and 4, sorry. And then between a 1-year-old and a 8-year-old between season 2 and 3. But yeah, like and I think he's gonna. That's eventually gonna slow down because of the Viltrumite stuff. Like and you can kind of tell because his purple hue has gone down a lot since season 3. So the Viltrumite blood is starting to circulate, take over a little bit. So he'll probably, once he kind of reaches maturity, he'll probably stick at that for like a couple hundred years or something.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it is kind of crazy thing. It's just like how long, like how much, like we kind of see these things as if they're like very shortly apart, like with the Purge, Scourge, and everything. But there's centuries in between those events. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like they have like new generations of kids. Like Nolan looks like Mark when the Scourge hits, and they develop so unbelievably slowly. Once they hit like that age of like 18 or 19 or whatever. So it's got to be like hundreds
yeah,
of years.
Yes. I mean, Nolan's over 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
And like, I think Viltrumites age normally up till 18.
Okay.
So he was only 18 in that thing. So that was like 1,000 years ago is when the Scourge virus hit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they're able to live so long that 50 Viltrumites are able to still dominate for thousands of years without reproducing. Which, oh yeah, man, the second Thrag sees Mark fight, hears he beat Conquest, and now he's beating pretty much everybody else except for him. He's like, okay, yeah, humans work. Like,
yeah.
Oh my, like,
yeah.
That's such a dark thing to like, if you really think about it. Like, they're just using human beings to breed. Yeah, like, and I can understand the idea if you're like, there are only 50 of you left. Like, that is kind of a thing you need to think about. Like, if there were only 50 humans, we'd be screwed.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, and they do seem like they're like incest is not an option kind of thing.
Right.
Although I don't know how many of them are actually related.
Yeah, and I wondered with like Viltrumite DNA how pure it is. I wondered about like if they were able to just like be able to reproduce completely with just the 50 of them, but then they answered that question pretty fast.
Yeah, and I mean, Krieg is getting right to work.
Yeah, no, I've seen the comic snaps of it.
Yeah, like he has like a dozen wives or something.
I've seen him having like 12 children or something.
Yeah, and yeah, like I remember I kind of forgot who it was, but I remember seeing a comic with like Thrag on Earth and like his 3 like most trusted. It was I couldn't remember who the third one was. I've now realized it was Lucan. I knew it was Cregan and Nissa.
Yep.
I also didn't really remember Lucan that much at the time because he'd had an impact, but he was only in one episode, and there were a couple other Viltrumites in there. Which, how is Thulsa alive? Like
Thulsa,
the one
is
with
that
the
blade?
braid, the braid blade. Like, how is she alive?
That's a
like,
good question.
Nolan, I guess they can survive so much. I mean, you got Lucan who survived getting his just entrails opened up. Mark,
I was gonna say Mark.
Oh my
pulled
god, that
out.
was so hard to watch.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
it was like just watching it. I think everyone's jaw just slowly dropped more and more as they just kept pulling.
It just kept going.
Yep.
Like, I thought it was over.
Yep.
It was like 3 times I thought, oh, it's done. He's dead.
Yep.
Like, and he just kept going. Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, imagine watching spaghetti when you're watching that scene. Like, that would have been the worst thing of all time.
Just slowly put your fork down.
Yeah.
I'm not hungry anymore.
Yeah. Oh my God. Mark just, like, you never see heroes lose. And or even when they win, like, it's kind of reminiscent of what you actually would have in those kind of fights kind of thing. If, like, these kind of superpowered beings at the same level, like, they would both just be in horrible shape at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
And, yeah, seriously, though, that thing, like, Conquest should have hit that earlier when he was just kind of punching Mark.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Mark was tanking those. Sure, he took damage. So, like, he was coughing up blood. But, and, like, that bit where, you're kind of get Conquest's point of view, and as Mark's choking him out, you just kind of see him, like, just spitting out his thumb, or, like, that was so tough by Mark. Like, the way that he's, like, leveled up between 3 and 4 is crazy.
Yeah.
Like 4 is kind of the, like, you got a little bit earlier when it was kind of like on Earth and stuff, but 4 is really the time when when it's kind of like, okay, Mark is on that level now. Like, he is on everyone's level except Thrag.
Right. Yeah. And it's like every season he has such crazy development with, like, between season 1 and 2 when they're talking about, like, the statistics of his speed increasing by, like, 50.
Oh, 2 and 3. Yeah.
Oh, is it 2 and 3?
Yeah. Because he, like, really honed in on that after, like, the Angstrom thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And his strength up like 110%.
Yeah, he more than doubled his strength and stuff.
Can carry an iceberg. The power scaling in this show is kind of goofy though too.
Yeah, agreed. That is a complaint, and that's, like, probably the main complaint from the fans aside from animation, which I don't have a problem with. Like, I like the animation.
Me too.
Like, it looks good. Like, sure, it's not the greatest animation of all time, but it gets the point across. Like. And obviously, there's scenes where they double, like, when Conquest just appears behind.
I had, like, a visual reaction to that.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's not just because of the quality, but it's not the quality of the animation that did it. It was just the suddenness of just like, oh my god.
Yep. And you knew that, like, you knew Oliver was gonna get chased down, and you just saw him appear, and then he had no clue what happened. Like, Mark took Conquest out there.
Like, yeah, imagine, like, what that, like, there's obviously a lot of slow motion, and that's, like, imagine what that looked like in, like, real time. Like, Conquest just, just like the suddenness of just Conquest appearing and then Mark taking him out before he could actually just kill Oliver right there. Like, I don't think Oliver's surviving that shot.
No.
I mean, good Lord. He was just, like, he was going to dunk on that kid. Like... Oh my goodness! Like, he almost got the Red Rush treatment like 2 minutes before that. Like, literally, he was literally getting his head crushed before Nolan saved the day there. And I think I didn't expect going into the show that Nolan and Alan would be like this, like one of the best friendships in the show. I kind of figured Alan and Mark would kind of have that more so that kind of friendship that Nolan and Alan have.
Yeah, I think time in prison definitely helped with that, where they just could not leave the room. Having that, like, Alan trying to, like, showing Nolan, like, I want you out and I need you out of there, and then I don't know, the time on the spaceship was a little damaging to the friendship, maybe, but
oh my goodness, like, and there were several other rooms the entire time.
Yep.
Oh, the poor dude. Now he feels how Oliver. Now he knows how Oliver felt being in that house with Mark and Eve.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Staying up playing too late.
Yeah. they were having a sleepover and kept me up.
Huh.
Jesus.
Interesting.
Oh man, this got a little weird topic, but hey, Mark is that guy. Mark is that guy.
Mark does. He is that guy.
Yeah.
He knows ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
And oh my, like, and he's shredded by now too. Like he's got that kind of. He's lean. He's lean more so than like Nolan's buff kind of thing. But also, I was expecting Thetis to be so well built. Like,
Yeah, me too.
like that was crazy.
Yeah, and something for like Viltrumites is like as they get older, not only does their mustache just like come in their, what is the other thing? They have like, I think it's the mustache, and then their muscles just continually get bigger regardless of like how little activity they get. That's one of the like things that they get as they get older is just more muscle.
They naturally get stronger.
Yeah.
Which is it is kind of crazy. Like, also for their aging, like, it's crazy that Nolan looks older than Thrag.
Isn't he supposed to be older than Thrag?
No, like Thrag was the Great Purge was long before Nolan was alive. Like Nolan's a good deal younger.
That's true.
Yeah, but he looks like 10 years older than him, which maybe that's just like Thrag's been sitting back for a while Nolan was out there like conquering worlds, which aged him a bit, maybe. Or Thrag's just like got that pure DNA kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which oh my, like, were you one of those people that after like episode 6 with the fight on what's the name, Telestria, that like Thrag wasn't as, like, there were a lot of people that were calling fraud alert kind of thing.
Was that the one where he was just kind of sitting back and not doing anything?
Yeah, he sat back with the skull and then they retreated back to Viltrum.
Yeah. No, I kind of figured that like he was just waiting to show his power, I guess.
Yeah, and the skull's gone now. He's got nothing to lose.
Is it gone? I thought he took it out with him.
No, I remember seeing like it like getting destroyed along with Viltrum.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like but then episode 7, I'm like, okay, guys, yeah, that wasn't the best showing from the big bad in this first like main appearance in an episode. But hey, next episode, I get the feeling he's gonna go off, and he surpassed my expectations.
Yeah, just taking Thetis's jaw clean off.
Oh my.
He's so much faster than every other Viltrumite.
Like Nolan and Mark literally didn't react at all when he just like when he went after Thetis.
Yeah.
Like, and I think, and oh my goodness, the scene when he just like he creates a vacuum with his and then just uppercuts Nolan. Like, it's more impressive that he uppercutted him back into space than when he punched him down.
And then Nolan couldn't stop himself. He was just continually floating.
He went through the freaking rings, man.
Yeah.
The ring of dead bodies is insane. That is crazy. Like, I wonder what they did with. I wonder if what they did with the Purge, because although it's not nearly as many that died in the Purge, because that cut their population in half, while the Scourge did it 99.9%. Like, but yeah, like that's 2 mass genocides for Viltrumites. Like. Imagine if the Purge and Scourge didn't happen. Just how there's billions of them.
Yeah. I wonder how like strong the average Viltrumite would be if they didn't have those happen though, because like only the strongest survive type thing.
True, the average power would go down because obviously the people that died in the Purge weren't as strong as those that survived like Conquest in them, but. But no matter how weak, like a weak Viltrumite is still planetary destruction level.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, heck, we saw what Nolan could do to the Flaxen world in season 1. And sure, he is like the 3rd most powerful, but you can imagine any Viltrumite doing that just on maybe a slightly smaller scale because Nolan is. Do you think that Nolan's a weaker now than he was in season 1?
Weaker, like
people kind of like look back at season 1 and feel like, oh my goodness, like we're like, but it's probably mostly just like he's not as scorched earth now.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just stopping holding back a little bit because he's gotten that like that humanly quality of having like compassion for enemies.
Yeah.
I wonder if like he doesn't want to show that to like Oliver, if he wants to hide a little bit of like the like terrible parts of war from his kids. He's trying to make it up to Debbie currently.
Yeah. Which apparently they're doing it a lot better than they did in the comic book. Like apparently in the comic she just kind of like took him back, kind of like.
Really?
I don't know. I'm sure there may have been a little pushback, but it was like I think by now they may already have been back together, kind of thing.
Okay.
But like obviously they've like I think Debbie is probably I've heard like the character between comic and show that is like so much better.
Okay.
Like the show version is just like she's one of the best characters really, like, and she is kind of like Debbie is the difference between our Mark and the other Invincibles, which season 3, like those last 2 episodes,
They were good.
oh my goodness, like that was the Invincible War was probably my favorite episode at that point.
Yeah.
And then the Conquest one topped it.
Yeah, like he got just done with the Invincible War. Like you thought that was crazy fight, and then Conquest showed up and made it. Like you thought it's crazy how like they were just cleaning up from all the destruction, and Conquest just appeared. You thought like I feel like a lot of people would have thought like he'd have like maybe an episode of like cooldown before, but nah, it was
No, like immediate.
Yeah.
Like he's like coming to grips with like, oh my god, this is all my fault. And Conquest shows up, which you can maybe make the argument. Maybe that's the only way Mark was able to win, is that he was in that mentality where he's just so angry and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he said before going into the fight, all I want to do right now is hit something. And then him and Conquest just square up.
yeah.
And Mark did do pretty well early on in that fight. Then, because Conquest does just, he's such a masochist or whatever the term is, that he just loves getting hit. When he's like, and then he just makes the heart bubble in space of his blood. And then he's just like, this is good. That was fun. More.
Yeah.
Like him and Battle Beast would have so much fun fighting each
for
other.
real.
Like that would be an insane. And I've heard they're making a comic about that.
Oh really?
Yeah, a comic where Conquest and Battle Beast fight.
Gotcha.
And I've heard the Thrag Battle Beast fight's gonna be insane.
They're gonna fight?
They're gonna fight.
How is Battle Beast gonna keep up? I didn't realize Battle Beast was that much stronger than like Mark.
Oh, Battle Beast I think is literally 2 in the universe.
Okay.
Behind, I mean, he was. I mean, just thinking. Granted, I don't know how strong those 2 Viltrumites were in the prison, but Battle Beast was able to take his Viltrumite alone.
Yep.
While Alan and Nolan teamed up on theirs.
Yep.
So, like, let's just say those Viltrumites are about the same power level. That can mean that Battle Beast may be more stronger than Alan and Nolan.
Right.
And also, like, some people think that when Battle Beast nearly just beat the shit out of Mark in season 1. And Nolan, do you remember how Nolan was just kind of watching up in the sky during that?
In season 1, they fought?
It was the Machine Head.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battle Beast is the one that sent Mark to the hospital. Like,
Right.
he's the one that beat the crap out of everybody, almost killed Monster Girl in the process too, and Black Samson. But yeah, some people think, oh, Nolan's trying to Battle Beast show. He just didn't want to mess with Battle Beast.
Yeah.
And I mean, the only reason in the episode 7 of this season where they didn't get a great is because they were in space.
Right.
And Battle Beast can't fly.
Right.
So when Thrag was able to just maneuver and destroy the jetpack and throw, Battle Beast just couldn't come back and do anything. But if they fight like on land, like actually on a planet, they're like near equal level in terms of just like strength and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously Battle Beast isn't invincible, but because Krieg did get a good shot on him. And that was probably Krieg's best moment of the show so far.
Yeah.
Where he like, I don't remember if it's a knee or a punch or something, but he did like a really good shot on Battle Beast, and then it's just stoic face as Battle Beast coughs blood on him.
Yep.
Because Krieg, oh man, Thetis just destroy Krieg on Thracia.
Yeah.
And I think he was also Thetis was like 3v1ing Krieg, Anissa, and
Yeah.
Lucan. Like that's crazy. But then Thrag just like
Took him apart.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah.
man, like it's gonna be. I mean, I'm curious how it's gonna be. Mark's just gonna level up that much. Like it's so.
Yeah.
Like we talked about. Like he's leveled up so much to where he's on Nolan's level, but like the difference, like I said earlier, is bigger than season 1 Mark and Nolan. Then that took him. It took him 3 seasons to get that strong.
I don't know if you know like how it ends or not.
I don't want to know the details.
I don't
like
either.
I don't. I know that Mark's like eventually gonna win and like become the like emperor or whatever.
Emperor Mark.
Yeah, but which they did tease in the future stuff with Immortal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because like they tease that, and I kind of get the feeling that Eve's also immortal.
You think so?
I think so because
Even in
like
the future when she looks old and stuff.
I guess I haven't. Oh, that's true. Maybe that's just a thing they're gonna like discover, like because maybe they didn't have the Viltrumite War kind of thing in that timeline, because like they made things like your family could live, your family could sustain kind of thing. That's what Immortal was telling Mark, which gives me the idea that Eve's gonna be able, because like her thing where like when she nearly dies, she's able to like regen kind of thing.
Right.
I'm guessing that kind of ability is kind of gonna allow her to like stay young with Mark kind of thing.
Yeah.
And maybe like choose to die around the same time he does kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I can definitely see something like that happening.
Gotcha. I could see that too. Yeah.
The destruction of Viltrum. That's
crazy.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Like, and I hate that when I like I kind of to kind of help my eyes wake up, I look at my phone kind of right away, just kind of like help me just kind of keep my eyes open in the morning. And my go-to just kind of like scroll through YouTube a little bit. And when I would watch the new seasons of Invincible, I get, especially with this season at least, I think I waited a little bit till the middle of the day during season 3. But since I didn't have class till DiffyQ at 9:55,
Gotcha.
I would get up and I would just watch the new episode. That's how I spent my early morning. I got up, I watched the new episode of Invincible.
Gotcha.
And when those last couple weeks where The Boys Invincible were coming out the same time, same day, I watched both of them.
Okay.
So I'd wake up early.
Yeah.
So I woke up early for Invincible, baby. And I'm like, okay, watch Invincible first. That's the must. And I'll get as much of The Boys in as I can, maybe finish it later.
Yep.
Because I like The Boys, but it's not Invincible.
It's not as good.
It's not. And granted, the quality's gone down last couple seasons of The Boys. Season 3 was really good. Season 3 was definitely the best season of it. And the first 3 were insanely good show. But Invincible is just, it is... That it'll probably be the definition of there has to be a worse season of the best show ever.
Right.
Which I think that maybe that's a good, where maybe we can like rank where we think the seasons go. For me, season 2 is 4. It's in the 4th spot at the moment, which is not, because that's a really good season. Like it's just, it doesn't have quite the scale, I guess, of the others.
Right.
And then it gets really hard because I love those next 3 just so about the same, like it, and there's definitely always going to be recency bias of the latest season.
Yeah, I think 1 has to be. It's either 1 or 4 for number 1 for me.
Yeah, I agree. So that unfortunately does mean season 3 has to go in the 3 spot.
Yeah.
Even though it has 2 of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
And I think, and if you even include the Powerplex one, because I really enjoyed that one too. Like that it probably had the best 3 ending episodes to a season, because I don't really remember the one before the Anissa episode in season 2, but the Anissa episode and then the Angstrom one to follow it up were really good. And then I don't remember the episode going into the last couple for season 1, because I know the second to last one is like the kind of starting the culminate. See, that last episode is obviously when Mark's just getting beat up the entire time by Omni-Man, and the episode before the like build up to that bit where Mark finds out Immortal comes back to life. Him and Omni-Man have that round 2.
Yep.
Which Immortal was an actual opponent at the time. Like,
Yeah, it's weird how he like falls off so quickly.
maybe he just gets weaker every time he dies.
Maybe.
I can definitely see that being like, for all I know, has he really ever died before what's happened in season 1?
I guess I don't know.
We don't know because he definitely never fought anyone on Omni-Man's level before.
And they had to kind of like discover that, like they had to put him back together, and they had to develop new like science or like technology to put him back together, didn't they?
Yeah. Like Robot and the Maulers figured out while Cecil just put him in the ground. Like, and I guess maybe they just kind of thought that him being called the Immortal was because he can live forever, not because he can come back from the dead, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that I might I might put season 1 at number 1 just because this like I don't know, the fight scene with like I think the plot twist of Nolan fighting the Guardians of the Globe, that just made it so good for me.
That is also kind of the catalyst of the show.
Yeah.
Like, it was a good episode up till that point. Like, okay, this is gonna be a fun show. It's gonna be nice. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I guess I don't know what came out first between The Boys and Invincible, the comic wise, because I don't know which between Omni-Man and Homelander, who was that kind of first like alternate evil Superman kind of character. Because granted, Omni-Man has his redemption and stuff, but he's still always gonna be quote unquote an evil Superman variant. Because heck, I even heard that his original name was supposed to be Superman.
Really?
Right? Like that. Thank God they went Omni-Man.
Yeah.
Like Omni-Man's so much cooler. Like, but yeah, like in spite of his Mark will always kind of be more the actual like Superman of the show.
Yeah.
But Superman that loses a lot, I guess. But
Right.
Hey, power scaling, that's fair. It is a fair complaint in some instances. But they've done I think they've done a decent job of like power between characters. Because like Mark obviously was not on literally any Viltrumite's level. Although he was dicing, once he locked in season 2, he was beating up Thula pretty good.
Yeah.
Then he just hesitated to finish the job, which allowed her to stab him. Which, good lord, imagine if they used weapons.
Yeah.
Like imagine if they like had swords and stuff constantly, because we know that I guess Viltrumites have stuff that can cut Viltrumites, kind of thing. Like Thula has that dagger. Like I'm in the Great Purge things, I've seen like one female Viltrumite just kind of like dicing people up with like a spear kind of thing. So they have weapons that they can use. I guess they prefer to throw hands.
Right. And I mean, it's probably like a warrior's pride type thing.
Yeah.
Where like they feel like shame in using that kind of like tool to help them win fights.
They have to debase themselves. They can't, they're not strong enough. The strength thing is probably big. Like who's truly stronger? The one who can kill you with their bare hands, kind of thing. Which I'm curious what the Viltrum Empire, or they probably didn't even have an empire, just what Viltrum society was like before Argyle took power.
Yeah.
Because like it seems like Argyle's the one that kind of like created the strength for strength kind of thing, and then he's the one that like helped create the empire kind of thing. It's also cool. I don't know if you know this, but you probably know that Thetis' voice actor is Peter Cullen, aka Optimus Prime.
Okay.
And and for Argyle, it's Frank Welker, aka Megatron.
Really?
Right?
Huh.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, Louis, that's just neat. Like they needed someone to be this evil emperor that is opposed to a guy who's voiced by Optimus Prime, and they choose the guy who voiced Megatron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really funny.
Yeah. And that's the thing. People probably underestimated Thetis a little bit, but he is the one who killed Argyle.
Yeah.
Who I'm assuming Argyle was probably the strongest one. Maybe Thrag had surpassed him by the time Argyle was dead. And Thetis did use a sneak attack, and it looked like he had a kind of a sword. Like he had some kind of dagger kind of.
I forget watching that scene. Did it show him killing Argyle?
It didn't show him killing him.
Okay.
It showed Argyle just kind of walking into the palace alone.
Yeah.
And then Thetis just up in the rafters, like with his hood over.
Yep.
And it looked like he had like kind of a dagger in his hand kind of thing. Like Roman gladius kind of size weapon.
Okay.
So which I don't know if there was an actual fight or he just kind of Caesared him, stabbing him in the back kind of thing.
Could have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if they like showed any flashbacks of that
anymore. And Thetis, people kind of mentioned this, pointed this out, and I agree full-heartedly that Thetis, while being more compassionate and not believing in like their genocidal against the galaxy, he still has a Viltrumite mentality because he believes the only way to win is genocide. Is to eliminate all Viltrumites, even Nolan and Mark, because he says release the Scourge virus.
Yeah.
No one's gonna survive that.
Right.
Like, at least according to him. I've heard that maybe Mark can maybe survive it because of his human side.
Right.
That can but Thetis is worried about Viltrumites like beings, like humans, being prone to the virus as well, because he made it better this time.
Right.
Which is insane that it can get better.
Right, because it already slaughtered the majority of their population.
Not even the majority is down to playing it, because like they went from, let's just say, an Earth-like population of roughly 7 billion to 50.
It was 50 that I thought it was. I didn't realize it was only 50 after the Scourge. I thought that was after the Purge.
No, Purge came first.
Okay, gotcha.
So after Thetis killed Argol and Thrag took Grand Regent, as kind of, because I think Thrag felt his weakness and hesitance to take out Thetis cost the Emperor, cost Argol's life. So he wanted to eradicate weakness, but he kind of, in back of his mind, he meant his own weakness. But he kind of, just being a genocidal maniac, like all Viltrumites, he thought that genocide was the answer there.
Yeah.
So they did that cut the population in half. So if they had an Earth population before the Purge, they just went to 3.5 billion, and then the Scourge made it down to 50.
Okay, got you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because in the Scourge, episode 2 was crazy. Like just the whole Scourge virus stuff was insane. As someone who didn't know about that whatsoever, like I guess I was kind of on your thinking when Nolan revealed there were only 50. That was just what it was after the Purge, and maybe just some other stuff. Maybe they just kind of kept it hidden that there were things that could kill Viltrumites, which there were. That obviously Nolan was obviously very heavy in trying to eradicate, and it's just going on the Viltrumite apology tour. And it is interesting, like, his apologies to other civilizations were met pretty well, because like, oh my God, a Viltrumite's apologizing. This is what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on Earth, it's different, because the rest of the galaxy knows Viltrumites as what Viltrumites were. Meanwhile, Earth knew Nolan as their greatest hero for 20 years.
Yeah.
So which, you can't and no human could apologize for what he did.
Right.
Yeah, like
right.
I mean, yeah, like if he was met with Earth justice and they knew how, he would get the death penalty.
Yeah.
Like not even there wouldn't even really need to be a trial.
Well, I mean, yeah, he slaughtered so many of them.
I mean, hell, and he did it just because he could at the end.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, Mark makes the good point that he probably did save more people than he killed, but when you kill that many people, it does not matter.
Right.
Like, I mean, heck, that train scene, oh my goodness. Like, he just uses Mark as a battering ram, and he makes Mark technically be the one to be killing all those people.
Yep.
Like, how Mark is able to like kind of look past it, because and the way it's, because it is his father, and he was a good father for the first 17 years. What's another 17?
What's another 17 years? Yeah.
Like, and it is interesting looking back on stuff from season 1 and kind of seeing the double meaning of everything. Because it became clear let's just say after like the first 10 years on Earth, that he wasn't really a Viltrumite anymore, but he was just like, I have to do it. I have to do it. It's my mission. This is who I am. But then the second Mark said, I'll still have you, it's just like,
Yeah.
damn it. And then he was going to kill himself. He was going to kill. He was just going to throw himself into the black hole.
Yeah, he was thinking about it.
I mean, he literally started doing it. Like, he just started like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it probably was going to go full Jesus pose, but with the beard.
Yep.
Which it's going to be interesting with the Flaxen storyline, because like that, I think that's what the new title card's supposed to represent with the white and blue.
Okay.
I've heard that's like supposed to be with the Flaxen storyline that's going to happen soon, and I've heard that robot's not going to be a great person to be around.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard like I've heard his storyline next season could get dark.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I've heard he's gonna go like full villain mode.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because in the comics he changes his robot or his color to like pitch black, and
He does.
I think so. I saw something on Instagram like yesterday, but I think he changes it to like a black suit, and it looks really like menacing.
Yeah. And which they've probably, how long have they been? They've been there for decades.
Years. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm curious, like, how exactly they're just like surviving it, because, and I don't know how much they're going to age.
Yeah.
Also, let's just quickly talk. How sick is it that he took Rex's name?
I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't like it.
I don't either.
No, like, why would, okay, you needed someone to grow you a body. Rex is a fit guy, but you mostly did it because Monster Girl thought he was cute, which is screwed up. But you did it without his permission.
Right.
Mostly, that's the mostly sick part. But at least you kept your name and stuff. Now you're just stealing his identity.
Yeah.
And right after his moment, like, Rex had one of the greatest redemption arcs. Like, you could argue he had a better redemption arc than Omni-Man.
Oh yeah.
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 And it's interesting that it took him getting shot in the head to do it.
Yep.
Which, that's honestly one of my favorite title cards in the show. Where after he just like stomped King Lizard's head in, he's like, "No, you know me." Well, he's got blood spattering out of his head, and his hand is gone. He's like, "I'm practically." And with the dark music with it too, just setting the tone was insane.
Yeah.
Which I guess I can't really remember. If they kind of did the Sequid stuff and then the Lizard League stuff, the start of the next episode, I can't really remember exactly what the transition was.
I think you're right about that. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think weren't those three stuck in the tower because they couldn't fight the Sequids?
Yeah, they wanted to like keep people that could like get like like get possessed by them.
Yeah.
So that left the humans. And then, the Lizard League went from being a joke to just killing them.
Right. The Lizard League became like crazy strong out of nowhere.
Yeah. And which I guess it is the only downside to that part is that there weren't any real consequences. All three of them survived.
Yeah.
Like, Duplicate did her she had one stashed away the whole time.
Yeah.
It didn't let anybody know.
Right.
Like, that could have been nice to know.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, you know what? When you go out to missions, why not just like have one of you just stay at headquarters?
In the tower? Yeah, exactly.
Which I guess maybe the fact that she's always having one stashed away, like, is the explanation for that, why that doesn't happen. But also Ray survived, which her and Rex did have some nice story in season, which is really when you knew he was gonna die.
Yep.
When just like when he says, "Hey, I'm finally happy," I'm like, "Oh, well, you're dead. Bye."
Womp womp.
Bye, Rex. We mourn you already. But then, oh man, his death scene was just so good.
Yeah.
It is the best death in the show, and just
It's really emotional. Yeah.
right. And like that, and like that's why the Invincible War is also like there are so many consequences of it. It wasn't just destruction and stuff, but like Rex died.
Yep.
A lot of heroes died. The Eiffel Tower is broken, for crying out loud, which I don't know why that one's sticking out to me, but
Right.
They destroyed like a dozen major cities at least.
They probably let a lot of like villains out of the prison.
Oh yeah, Powerplex.
Right.
It's weird that he was just helping out
Well, he's trying to be a good guy, but he just hates Invincible.
Which and I mentioned the Legend League one's one of my favorites. That is my favorite title card by far. With the Powerplex one where he's just like it's spamming Invincible.
Yep.
Where
that is really funny.
That's the thing. When it first happened, I'm like I'm just laughing my ass off. But looking back, it's also kind of like an insight in a Powerplex's mind. It's like every thought Invincible, Invincible. And Aaron Paul did an amazing job voice acting him. And the entire episode can just be, he can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, during the episode, I'm like, I know this voice.
Yeah.
Where do I know this? Because I just watched Breaking Bad a few months before season 3 came out, kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I just watched it. I think I was probably in the middle of Dexter when I was watching season 3. Which... So in a really short time, I'm watching 3 of the greatest shows of all time. Yeah, Breaking Bad, Dexter, Invincible. It's peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's peak television. Hopefully the end of Invincible is more like Breaking Bad than Dexter, because Dexter's finale sucks.
I forget, Breaking Bad, doesn't he just go out into the cabin and die of cancer or something?
No, he goes back, he does the machine gun thing to Jack's crew.
Right.
And then he dies because of that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Which it really is a perfect ending to the show.
Is.
It's such a good ending.
Yeah.
Which I hope Invincible has something like that, where hopefully Mark's not dying at the end, but...
Yeah. If he takes the Emperor position, though, I wonder, if it's going to be, a happy ending of him, being, leading and the Viltrumites, enjoying him as a leader, respecting him, or if it's just going to be, he feels like he's forced to do it now and he just has to.
It's probably a combination.
Okay.
It's the only way to keep the Viltrumites in line.
Yeah.
But maybe, because we saw what Earth can do to Omni-Man. I think it's going to do a lot to other Viltrumites too, in a lot shorter span of time. It took it took Omni-Man 20 years to go full on, but granted, he'd been changing for a while before that. Did you ever see the little Adam Eve episode they did?
I didn't watch that.
Okay, well, the very end scene, because after Adam's Eve storyline, they kind of do. Meanwhile, Invincible. It shows Mark's just a kid at the time, obviously, but towards the end when Mark's just Nolan's just kind of he's never getting his powers, is he? And Debbie's walking away, you kind of get a little he's ashamed that he thought about he thought about just killing them right then and there.
Really?
That's what it made it seem like, maybe just because. Or he was gonna do something, but the look on his face, and I think that came out before season 2.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think that was kind of what they did between seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I think let's just close out by listing who our favorite characters are in our top 5s, because it's really hard.
Yeah.
I think for me the undisputed top 3 are Mark, Nolan, and Cecil.
That's fair.
Yeah. Order, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Cecil's 3, but then it's hard to choose between Mark and Nolan.
Yeah, I think I'd go with Mark on top. I think you can't go wrong with that.
Because in season 1, I would say Nolan. Since then, he's kind of taken a backseat to Mark, which makes sense. It's not his show.
Yep.
So yeah, Mark. After that, it gets hard.
I'd say Alan isn't my number 4.
Alan's, yeah, that's fair. Eve's up there.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to. I don't know who I'd put as 5.
Thrag, but jumps up there really quickly.
He does. He's so powerful.
Yeah, he jumps up there. Debbie's up there. Rex.
Rex is up there, but I almost feel like we can't even throw him in there anymore now that
he's dead.
Dead. Yeah, I would say Rex would be my 5 if we did count him in there.
Okay. Yeah. So then top 4: Mark, Nolan, Cecil, Alan, and then 5's up for debate.
Yep.
Rex is fair. I think I'm gonna throw Thrag in my 5.
Okay.
Because Conquest.
Conquest. Yeah. We both came up. Yeah.
Okay, Conquest is 5.
Conquest could be 5.
Conquest is 5. Not because Thrag's been great, but I think but he hasn't had much.
Yeah.
And the little we have of Conquest is so good.
It's just gold.
There's the joke. Conquest shows up, the budget increases.
Yeah.
And it's true. The Conquest episodes are 2 of the top 5.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What's your favorite episode?
I would like to say the second Conquest fight.
Second one, okay.
Yep. It was just like, it was the most like, I was just so like starstruck from it. Like, just seeing him continually pulling more. Like that one I think is my top one.
I think for very similar reasonings, the first Conquest fight is mine.
Okay.
Because I think for the second one, you had a little bit, you kind of knew what to expect when Conquest showed up because you'd seen it.
Yeah.
The first one is like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan just did an amazing job. I don't know if you know a little bit. Do you know anything about The Walking Dead?
No, not really.
So Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the voice actor for Conquest, and Steven Yeun, the voice actor for Mark, were both in that show.
Yeah.
And Conquest is Negan Conquest kills Steven Yeun's character.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So people were like, round two, baby, baby. Glenn, Steven Yeun's character, finally gets his revenge, kind of thing. So there was a little bit of that too, and it does make sense that those actors from The Walking Dead are in Invincible because it's the same creator.
Yeah.
Yeah, same comic book creator.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I guess I don't know how involved Robert Kirkman was with The Walking Dead show, but I know he's insanely involved with Invincible. Like he's the writer for most of the episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on a podcast with a guy I follow on YouTube, and he said, "You know what? I've written the worst episode of Invincible, and I've written the best episode of Invincible." With, I think, the worst, or at least rated wise, episode 4, the Demon episode this season, and the Conquest episode of the season 3 finale. And then the other episodes just get like, you got the Viltrum, the one with Thrag this year, the Invincible War, the season 1 finale.
Yep.
Yeah, those are all insanely good episodes.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for watching this episode of the At the Helm podcast. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day.